ready to do the commentary, and just looking at the sides coming out on the field, we've got Salford already out there, and Leeds coming out with the smallest mascot that I've ever seen, and he really looks a little one tonight. So just run through the teams for you. Iestyn Harris is at full-back for Leeds. Paul Sterling, Francis Cummins, Brad Godden, and Marcus Sinclair at three-quarters. Tony Kemp is the standoff with Graham Holroyd at scrum half. Martin Masella, Ryan Sheridan, Darren Fleary, Adrian Morley, Anthony Farrell, and Mark Glanville make up the pack. The subs are Leroy Rivet, Daryl Powell, Jamie Matthew, Andy Hay. And for Salford Reds, the line-up with Gary Broadbent, Nathan McAvoy, Phyllis Ann, Scott Martin, Darren Rogers, Steve Blakely, Martin Crompton, McKinney Cervelio, Peter Edwards, Fi Marlow, Arsene Famalo, Joe Famalo, David Bradbury, and David Human. Josh White, Andy Platt, Paul Forbert, and Mark Lee, the substitutes, and John Conley's the referee. Leeds about to kick off. Dean, looks a pretty good looking Leeds line-up for tonight.
Well, I think both line-ups are very strong tonight. I think Scott Naylor is a big loss for Salford, but another week, another test for the Leeds Rhinos.
And they know that they must win, and they must work very hard in the defensive area, which is where they can attack from the defence. And pushing down there strongly is Ryan Sheridan and Darren Fleary. And Leeds will be looking for more of the same from Darren Fleary this week. He's put some big hits in the first couple of weeks of this new Super League season. Fourth game for Leeds tonight. 3 wins already.
We've talked a lot about Phil Hassan's return. We shouldn't forget Husseini Faimalo in the Salford ranks. He just had a big charge.
That's right, yes. And you can see that Salford have done very well to get out from their own line, and they've put pressure on Iestyn with a kick straight down the field. And Harris can bring the ball back for Leeds, and you'll hear the roar of anticipation in the crowd when Harris gets the football. And Holroyd, ball's out there for Cummins. Big test for Francis Cummins this evening. He'll be pleased that Dean said Scott Naylor's not playing. That does somewhat weaken the Salford backline. Leeds playing from left to right as well, looking at it from the main stand here at Headingley. That's towards the scoreboard end with their backs to the pavilion. Masella now has had a big season, just drives forward, gets over the advantage line, over the halfway line, and he's pulled down by a great competitor, David Hume. Harris again, spots the gap.
Not surprisingly, Martin Masella there saying, was there something in the tackle?
That's right.
Of course there was, it was David Hume.
And the ball kicked into space. That's a good kick from Holroyd. So he's forced Darren Rogers to take the ball just 4 or 5 metres from his own line, and Cummins up quickly with Sterling to bring him down. Good kick and chase, Dean.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a great set from both sides. Salford played out their set of 6, put a kick in, and Leeds returned it with interest. But great kick there from Graham Holroyd, and some terrific defence going at the moment.
And just watch David Hume coming up the middle of the field and knocked down. That was a great tackle, and that was Adrian Morley. And now it's Husseini Faimalo, and straight at Graham Holroyd, knocked him over. That's great running from Husseini, showing that he's still plenty of life left in him yet. And one of the most popular players in his time at Leeds. On a Salford break here, coming quickly here. And Leeds bringing him down to a slightly forward pass, but referee let it go.
Yes, I think just as play goes on here, Martin Crompton puts a ball into the dead ball area, but Iestyn Harris leaves it to run dead. Yeah, just a terrific ball there in the tackle. A little bit of debate whether it was a forward pass or not, but I think the referee chose to let it go, and he chose rightly there. But it just shows how dangerous Martin Crompton is.
And again, linking up with David Bradbury, a player who showed such great promise the year before last, and he could be a real threat tonight in midfield.
Yes, David Bradbury, a player that Leeds were linked with at one time. And Glanville brings the ball away for Leeds. And back up to the halfway line through Darren Fleary there. Out on that far side. And the ball coming across now. Leeds get a penalty, offside. And it's the first penalty of the game. Referee is John Connolly.
Again, discipline's going to be important tonight. These two sides, the best 2 defences in the league, and first penalty to Leeds. One thing that Leeds have to be wary of is the crowd are obviously fired up for this game. The weight of expectation gets bigger every week with every win. They've got to remain patient like they did last week against Castleford.
And Masella just knocking the ball down. So, driving forward, Farrell and Salford up very quickly there. That's Hume. And Hume piling in again as it. Farrell is knocked to the ground. Now Kemp. Fleary just takes the ball on, goes driving forward, can't get the ball away. Cummins was in support, but it's never going to come off that one. And now it's Adrian Morley's turn. Drives forward into that 20 metres. Looks ever so well when he's running with the football these days, Adrian Morley. Back to the left, it's Madden Masella underneath the Salford post now. Sort of 12 metres from the line, and Iestyn Harris will move the ball from dummy half, finds Allroyd. Allroyd will put a kick to the corner, switches play, goes himself. He's lost the football, and it's the referee's in fact giving him a 6 tackle, and not the best option on the 6 tackle, Dean.
No, it wasn't really. I think, he tried to turn the ball back into traffic, but really the better play was to put the ball into the corner, but it looks like the referee's called a Salford knock-on, so a fortunate bounce there for Graham Holroyd.
Again, checking the Sky screen, which we're lucky enough to have and can see the bottom half of from where we're sitting. Just as Graham Holroyd was getting that ball away, it was a Salford hand that pushed it down.
So good a chance attacking option for Leeds here on the scrum, and Kemp goes himself, busting through there, no one in support. If there'd have been someone in support for Tony Kemp there, that was a try. It was great play from the Leeds standoff. Glanville, ball out there to Cummins. Cummins goes himself, tackled by someone who's partnered him many times, Phil Hassan, tonight of course in the red of Salford. Fleary just takes the ball forward, and you wouldn't expect any more of Darren Fleary in this position, and he's lost the football, so not the best outcome from the set of 6 from Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, as you called it, Stuart, if Tony had a bit of support there, but there was a planned move on, and Tony took the other option, which was to go himself, so that's why the support wasn't there.
That's Dean Bell. He'll be in from Dean throughout the course of this evening's game and every game on Radio Rhino this season. We're delighted to have him with us. And so Salford then win the ball from the scrum. And it's Darren Rogers from Wakefield, former Stanley Ranger, takes the ball forward. Nathan McAvoy looks to put the hammer down on that far side.
He's a dangerous player. I'm slightly surprised Salford have moved him out onto the wing, because he's a real threat in the centres.
That's right, likely to win any game. And from that,
I just think Andy Gregory's made that choice, Phil, because he is a dangerous player, but there is some rough edges to his game, and I think you can't afford to have that inconsistency in the centre position. It is one of the hardest positions to defend in, especially, and he does have trouble at times.
So learning his trade on the wing.
That's right. So here comes Harris again from the Salford kick, and that's up the middle of the field, and this drops off for Sterling, and nowhere really for Paul Sterling though, because Martin Compton hangs on. Then let's go, and Sterling makes another 5 metres, and Holroyd spots. There's a quick play the ball there. Holroyd again just taking the ball forward and running at Crompton. And a bit of holding down in the tackle. Referee lets it go. Fleary just drives forward. That's great running from Darren Fleary. That's what props are made for in this modern game of rugby league, Super League. And Glanville's balls for Masella. Masella looked to offload to Cummins as he went down on his back. Just good job he didn't, but came very close to it at times there. Harris. Holroyd again. That's a good ball there. Out for Gordon. Gordon looked again to give the ball back to Holroyd, but the cover's coming for Salford. This is a great game between two very well organised defences. Kemp stepping. Oh, great play from Kemp. Great ball. Inside ball there for Gordon. Good play from Tony Kemp.
Yeah, it certainly was. Salford had moved up quickly on the outside. He stepped back inside and done a great inside pass. And he just put a nice little kick over, and Darren Rogers had covered it well for Salford.
Darren Rogers had to take it well. That was reminiscent of the kicks he put in last week against Castleford. And Rogers again goes from dummy half this time. Tackled by Cummins and gets the ball away in the tackle. It's Gary Broadbent looking to come away. He's up to the 20 metre mark, and Leeds have knocked him down, and he'll be the referee looking along the line for any possible chance of a penalty. And great tackle on Savalio there from Glanville. Peter Edwards goes.
2 great tackles, one after the other. Glanville and Fleary, the 2 stalwarts in the Leeds defence so far this season.
And Hassan ducks under the swinging arm from Glanville. There was nothing dangerous about it because Hassan was going down. The ball kicked downfield again by number 6 for Salford, Steve Blakely. And this time it's Marcus Sinclair that has to go back to his own line. So Leeds having to run from deeper than they had against Castleford last week. Salford kicks have gone further down and have been well placed, and Leeds have had to turn and chase. There Cummins again. Just to duck his way through Joe Famalo's tackle. With Phil Hassan. Sterling then looking for. Well, that's a high tackle there, and looking to get away with that one.
Yeah, I think the referee was obstructed by some players there, or else he probably would have called it.
And Morley out the back door, that's good. Harris has got the ball, and now it's Gordon. And Gordon looking to get away, he can't get away, and he can't get the ball away as well. Martin Crompton, who's having a good game, just covered the options there. Farrell takes play up towards the 20 metre, to the Mazzy halfway line, so he gets the ball away. Sheridan to Harris, and that's Glanville. Glanville gets it back to Gordon again. Gordon has to take the tackle. And Kemp again now looks to run at the defence. So he's cleaned up there. Tony Kemp looking for a runner and not quite in the right position, the runner to get. And Harris finds Holroyd, and Holroyd will put the kick in this time. It's down into that corner. It's running hard, and Broadbent will pick it up close to his own line. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4 Leeds men in the chase and make the tackle.
It's only early days yet, Stuart, but both sides have settled down very well early in this game, and you feel at the moment the first side to make a mistake is going to pay for it dearly.
And Leeds struggling there to tackle Nathan McAvoy underneath his own post, coming well off the wing there. Joe Famalo, seen plenty of Joe Famalo in Super League with the Oldham Bears, and know what a powerful runner he can be. David Hume.
Again, interesting that although we have got the two best defensive teams in the league, there's been more attacking options so far than there was last week against Castleford.
Seen Bradbury's tackle there by Kemp and by Marcella up to the last tackle, and Blakely again is allowed room to put his kick in, and he splits the full back and Marcus Sunderlay, and Sunderlay picks it up there, and oh, that's great play from Sunderlay. Well played, Marcus Sunderlay. Great sidestep there, Dean. Absolutely tremendous.
Yes, he was facing a wall of defenders in front of him, but as you say, a great sidestep got him through it.
And made him another 20 metres up the field, and now it's Leeds bringing the ball on Sheridan, and something going on there, and lost the referee's pinged them for offside, and there's been quite a lot of shouting in the crowd about that, and the Leeds will get the penalty.
Yes, it was a great quick play of the ball there that actually got the penalty for Leeds. Ryan Sheridan took advantage of that quick play of the ball and ran into the Salford defenders before they could get back for 10 metres.
So Leeds have got the penalty. It's 30 metres from the line, 10 metres in from touches. Francis Cummings is the dummy runner, and Clary gets the ball via Kemp. Drives up to that 20 metre mark. Centre field now, Leeds. Looking to put something on here, and Farrell comes this side, but the play of the ball was not very quick. It was Salford were interfering and slowed down the move. Sheridan again, in it, dummy half. Looks to move the ball to his left, finds Holroyd. Holroyd's got Morley there and gives the ball. And Morley almost through the gap, just a bit of a pull on his leg, stopped a certain try there. Marcella goes himself. That should have been a penalty to Leeds, and I think the referee's going to give the penalty there. Salford man in an offside position tackled Martin Marcella, and although the referee wouldn't give a penalty try, it could have actually saved the try, that being.
I don't think so. There were enough Salford defenders, but it was smart play by Marty. He knew at least get a penalty out of it.
So Leeds have 6 more tackles to go. And the ball's come back from dummy half. That's the worst pass we've seen for a long time from dummy half. And Holroyd this time, in fact, Sheridan pushes him out of the way and finds Fleary, who drives forward. And again, Leeds have spent quite a lot of time encamped in this Salford 20 metre mark. And Sheridan this time from dummy half finds Holroyd, and there's a gap there if Holroyd can go through it. He looks to open up, but it closed up very quickly.
Great tackle from Bradbury.
Was indeed a great tackle. And Harris again now looking to bring Gordon on. Gordon gets it back to Sunderlay, and Sunderlay stepping, looking to go himself. Holroyd ships the ball on now to Farrell, and the gaps are opening, and the crowd sensed something was on there, but again, great defence from Salford. Edwards, Blakely, Bradbury all in, up to the last tackle now under the post. Glanville finds Kemp from dummy half, and Kemp puts the kick into the corner. Rogers has lost it over the line, and Salford forced to drop out, and another great kick.
Yes, it certainly was, and a great chase by Franny, putting pressure on not only Darren Rogers, but also Gary Broadbent, who had backed up the missed kick.
And if we can just watch now, Salford about to drop the ball out from under the post. We'll see
again, Leeds reverting to the principles that held so good last week. The little kicks into the corner causing havoc there for Darren Rogers. And it could be a very productive route tonight.
So Leeds, fans getting a bit agitated. Salford eventually dropped the ball out, and Harris collects it on the halfway line, and Farrell will run it, and we saw that so many times last week against Salford. Anthony Farrell just driving forward straight into Peter Edwards, and the Salford man in at dummy half, not rolling out of the way, with Savelio.
Looks like Savelio is going to be coming off.
So Holroyd finds Kemp in the middle of the park. Kemp running at defence, back for Holroyd. That's a run around. That brings Morley on the burst. Morley gets the ball back via the floor. Oh, Fleary just puts the ball down there. And a bit of altercation between Dad and Fleary off the ball. He dropped the football and Salford player knocked down, and plenty of Salford directors sat in front of us there. Dean jumps up in the air.
Yeah, as usual, the director's reacting, but yeah, it was unfortunate that Darren Fleary dropped the ball. It was a very takeable ball, but as he went to try and recover it, he did stick his arm out, but there was certainly nothing malicious in it.
Andy Platt coming on for Salford. And that's going to stiffen up their defence. Cervelio, the one coming off after 15 minutes. And Leeds there had the chance on the back of 2 penalties, but they didn't take it. Salford held out. Leeds dropped the ball. And now Leeds back into defence on the Salford 40-metre line. And it's Joe Fimarlo twisting out of Adrian Morley's tackle, but Morley straight back into it with Darren Fleary. Edwards from dummy half brings Platt on the first run. And that's been deemed a high tackle from Leeds.
The penalty's coming thick and fast at the moment from Salford.
I think the referee's going to talk to Martin Masella, but Andy Platt certainly hasn't got up yet.
Interesting to see that. It's just a little bit too time.
Yeah, certainly it was a bit of a high shot by Marty. He was trying the old flip technique that he uses so well in his game. He did take him high, and probably not really the kind of introduction to a game that Andy Platt wanted, but you know, he's a tough character, and I was quite surprised that he did start on the subs bench.
And looks like this incident's going to be placed on report, and that's the referee does place it on report, and we'll see if there's anything to report later on in the disciplinary. But it looked a straightforward tackle. It looked as though Andy Platt was actually falling, but difficult to see here. And Masella's on report.
Again, now Leeds have to withstand the fact that they've given away 2 penalties in succession. Let's see if they can keep their line intact.
Fimarlo again tackled by Masella. That's good play, and Fleary knocking him down. Andy Platt runs at the referee. Masella tackles him again there. Use the referee as a foil. That's good play if you can do that and get away with it. Compton moving the ball across 2 downs. Blakely. Hassan coming round on the loop there from number 15, David Hume. And Joe Fimarlo now runs at Tony Kemp and spins out of his tackle, but only as far as Graham Holroyd. Holroyd was covering the inside man there really well. Compton again looking to put long ball out to the wing for McAvoy, and this could be the opening try. In fact, good scrambling defence from Leeds on the last tackle. There's plenty of options on that short side if Salford can go. Compton looks to get the ball away, and a little bit of turnover. Good defence from Leeds.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a very long ball by Martin Crompton, and Marcus St. Hilaire done very well to try and turn, because Nathan McAvoy did have like a 10-metre start on him, so he did terrific scrambling defence by all the Leeds defenders.
The Leeds are looking to bring this ball out of their own quarter under a bit of pressure at the moment. And Justin Harris over the 20-metre line, steps there. That's good play from him. Sheridan now will look to find one of the big forwards and finds Adrian Morley. And Morley driving forward. He really does look exciting every time he gets the football. Again, Sheridan there, and looking to catch someone offside, and the crowd there. He should have been offside on a Salford player. One of the Fimarlo brothers was offside. Up to the last tackle now, and Holroyd's got the football and just puts the kick in downfield, and that spins, and this time it goes out and into touch.
Game is being played at quite a furious pace. These sets of 6 are going very quickly. Again, a great tackle by Brad Godden to keep out Nathan McAvoy, and 2 great runs from first Adrian Morley and then Ryan Sheridan to get the ball to the halfway line, and a good kick just to calm it all down from Graham Holroyd.
And scrum will form, and right on the 20-metre mark. In fact, it's just been moved inside the 20-metre mark. It looked as though it was going to form there. It was actually Edgar Curtis who was giving some water to a couple of the Leeds players. And Leeds packing down then with Cummins in the pack and Glanville out at the standoff position, and Salford bringing the ball away. Bradbury. Good tackling though again from Kemp in the middle of the field. Fimarlo dumped unceremoniously down by Adrian Morley. Big defence there from Adrian Morley. Platt now. Analysis is the last season, and Masella chops him down there. Some big hits from Leeds. Blakely. He's running to Fleary, and In fact, it's Farrell. He dodged and weaved and saw Ryan Sheridan coming and ended up being in a foul position because...
Sheridan working really hard from marker as well in the quite unfamiliar role of hooker. He's made a good start to the game, as has Marcus St Hilaire.
To bring the ball back. Dino was a couple of really big hits in that set of 6.
Yeah, it certainly was. Salford struggled to gain 30 metres out of that set of 6. And, Leeds would be very happy to get the ball on their own 30-metre line.
Reminiscent of the game against Castleford last week where Leeds were forcing Castleford to kick and the kicks weren't going very deep because of the position that Leeds had kept in, and Godden takes the ball on.
Looking stronger with each game. Brad Godden getting more involved tonight, obviously with Richie Blackmore absent.
Holroyd drops off there for Farrell on the inside, and Farrell running down, and yes, Godden is looking to settle more every week into the game. Holroyd again now with the football. That's charged down, and Yestin Harris and Leeds should have 6 more tackles on that one, and Yestin comes away from the touchline side. The referee says that was not charged down. Actually, Holroyd kicked the ball at him. And this time Kemp has it and puts the high bomb, and Sterling's underneath it, and so he's Gary Broadbent. Lasan gets it for Salford and comes across, and Tony Kemp knocks him down. And good kick there, and it almost caused a problem.
Yeah, that's right. And Paul Sterling rightly went for the ball, but he didn't get his timing right, and actually the ball could have gone anywhere, but it fell favourably to Salford.
Salford get a penalty, everyone offside there at Leeds and interfering.
Just questioning the referee there, Tony Kemp. And 3-3 in the penalty department in the first 20 minutes of play.
Yes, Leeds have just got to be careful here, because it seems to be that they're giving these penalties away, and it is the only way that Salford are making that good field position. So we've just got to try and cut out these penalties.
Famalo runs straight at Kemp and knocks him down, and certainly Sidi Famalo's picked the halfbacks to run at tonight. Hume and Broadbent running round on the back angle there, reminiscent of the move that Leeds put on with Yestin Harris so successfully in the last couple of games, and but well spotted by Godden. Brings him down. Salford moves the ball to the short side there in front of the south stand at the moment. 25 metres from the Leeds line and 15 metres in from touch. Still 0-0. We've been playing now for something like 15 minutes. Hassan comes up for the ball there. It wasn't the best pass, and he's got it away really well. Rogers looking to step Kemp, and 3 Leeds men coming back and knocking him down. And Compton, no being at dummy half, and the referee, that's a bad decision there. There was no being at dummy half, Dean.
No, there wasn't, but Tony Kemp was a bit slow getting up off the ground. The ball did actually hit him, so he probably had a right to penalise Tony.
I said that Sterling had jumped round, as Dean said. Tony was slow getting up, and again Leeds have put themselves under pressure. And they need a good tackling stint here to keep Salford out. Platt. And Marcella and Platt having a real ding-dong battle out there, and Marcella's chopped him to the ground again. By Marlowe this time. Is he in for a try? Referee's looking to see on the screen, but I think you'll find Asina Filo's in there, Dean.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see about that, but I mean, if they do score, Leeds will be very disappointed. It was a very soft try. We're just watching on the big screen now. He's just going over the line.
Ball on the line is a try. Looks on the screen like it probably is a 4-pointer.
Yeah, definitely a try. Leeds will be very disappointed. It was a very simple move. Sini Faimalo just bring the ball from one side of the ruck to the other. Andy Platt had just done that the tackle before, so really they can't have any excuse there.
The try's been awarded, and Salford taking the lead. And in a very kickable position for Steve Blakely. And what time do you make that, Phil? About 18 minutes?
I've got 23 on the clock.
23, right.
The penalties seem to have been coming in twos. Leeds gave away 2 to let Salford out of their own quarter and into the Leeds red zone, and they capitalised within 2 plays of the ball with a simple try from acting halfback. Strength taking Asani Faimalo over, and you would back Steve Blakely to kick this, which he does.
So that's Leeds 0, Salford 6.
Yes, Asani Faimalo is obviously a very difficult man to tackle. He's got very low gravity. He's a very bulky sort of person, but Martin Masala did go in for the big hit, tried to flip him over, and it's not really the place to do it at 1 metre away from your own line.
And Masala then guilty of that miss in front of the post, and front of the line, should I say, and Salford will be G'd up by that. It's the first real pressure they've put on Leeds. and Leeds have capitulated, despite the fact that Leeds have plenty of pressure on the Salford line. Kemp gets the football, and it's gone dead from Leeds, so a lot of errors coming in here, and interesting to see what happens there on the, if you can see that on the big screen again.
I think it was Kemp and Farrell misreading each other there, and the ball just spinning off Tony Kemp and behind Anthony Farrell.
Yes, it did land a lot closer to Farrell, but Tony looked as though he was going to catch the ball and then just pulled out of it in the last second.
So that's gone dead, and Leeds have had to drop out, so that's another error from the kicker. And Leeds.
Very important set of 6 here. Salford have obviously just scored. Now Leeds are under pressure once more, and they've just got to make sure they keep him out here, and I'm sure that they can get back into this game.
Looks like Jamie Matthew warming up to come on as well.
Crompton just found Joe Marlowe was brought down, whistle from Mother back towards the open side. Crompton looking to drop off for David Hume, and Farrell knocks him down. And that's a penalty for Leeds, not playing the ball properly.
Yes, it's probably the second person in that set of 6 that could have got penalised for that.
Just didn't get to his feet, just rolled the ball like it was David Hume, and that was one of the things he did when he was at Leeds. One of the things I think that he was penalised for, Dave.
Yeah, certainly. He is a guy that tries to get a quick play of the ball for you, but obviously it's one area that the referees are looking very closely at the moment.
So Jamie Matthews on, as Phil rightly said, for Martin Sellers. Bob down on the dugout there, Bob. Disappointing for Leeds to concede.
Yeah, disappointing at the moment, but the one thing about this Salford team is they've completed every set of 6s at the moment, so we've got to get in there and spoil it somehow.
Matthew, it's a good ball away there to Harris. Harris spots the gap and goes himself, and Broadbent, last line of defence, knocks him down. At the second attempt, I might add. Yeston was running right down the middle of the field there. This time a short ball for Morley. And Morley going over, and how sad it must be if you're the Salford man here tonight with Adrian Morley, born in your own hometown and playing for the opposition, the best forward in British Rugby League at the moment. And Leeds have got a penalty for using the knees in the tackle. I think Yeston's going to kick it goal. Wise decision.
Yeah, it is at the moment. I think it's very important to get points on the board, but just going back to Adrian Morley there, he's just looking such a world-class player. Every time he touches the ball, he's knocking defenders off, he's getting quick play of the balls, and he's just getting better each game.
And just for Yeston now, it's just inside the 20-metre mark, and if he can kick this one, reduce the arrears to 6-2. Salford quite a vocal crowd here this evening.
Leeds did well there from made 50 metres there in 2 plays of the ball, and that's the kind of play after you've conceded a try that you look to. Jamie Matthew immediately into the game. Good ball for Yestin Harris, he spun away, and Morley's charge was a good one. Deserved at least a penalty.
That's right, Phil. It was a very smart play by Jamie Matthew. Obviously he's just come on, very keen to get into the game, and you know, a lot of people would think that he'd just take the ball in, but very smart play by him. He just unloaded it to Yeston Harris, and he did the rest. Yeah, great kick there by Yeston. Leeds are on the board now, 6-2 Salford.
Hi, this is Yeston Harris here, in tune with Radio Rhino on 1404 AM, the official Leeds Rhinos matchday radio station.
Yeston Harris pops the ball over.
So always important to score as quickly as you can after the opposition have, and that should reinstill Leeds with confidence.
And Harris gets the kick away. Now Leeds really need to force a mistake from Salford down here. As Bob says, Salford are finishing off the sets of 6. And David Hume, great run there out to the 20 metres. That's a good yardstick as to how good the run out of defence is. And Famalo charging forward. It's interesting that Graham Murray and everyone is aware that Salford haven't won here for 21 years, but that counts for nothing. Because they're certainly not going to go 42 years without a victory. And so it could come at any time, and it could just as easily be tonight as in the next 5 years. And Bradbury takes the ball up the middle, and Salford, this is a good set of 6 for them. They've worked well from defence.
Again, it's nothing fancy, but the 6 tackles have made them the requisite 50 metres. Good position for Crompton to put in a kick.
In fact, Yeston can probably let that one roll and roll, because that's going to go into the...
Now with interest, they've just got to be patient though. There's no need to panic. There's a long way to go in the game.
And Matthew tackled. Leeds again using the short side. Glanville breaks play up towards halfway line. So Leeds have come back from that 20 metre mark well. Marcus in the left, stepping, dodging, weaving, gets the ball back to Sheridan. Sheridan for quick hands. Holroyd, Harris now. Inside ball for Morley. There's a gap on for Morley there. He's charging up the middle of the field. And Broadbent tackles him. He finally gets the pass out. And Kemp drawing the man, fine. Cummins, inside ball for Sterling. Sterling stepping inside, going as a gap for Sterling. Into the 20-metre mark, he can't get the ball away. Sheridan was in support. The ball goes on the floor and Salford have it. And good spell of attack from Leeds.
Oh, it was terrific attack, but just spoiled at the last second there. Paul Sterling had it in his mind that he had to get rid of the ball. I don't think there was any need for it at that time. Salford were at 6 and 7s, and they probably could have got them on the next shot.
There's some great hands there. And Compton going at the middle of the field, knocked down by Morley.
And that was the best passage of play we've seen, over 40 metres through about 7 or 8 pairs of hands, and crowd warmed to that.
Marlow drives forward for Salford, and the kick comes in from Blakely. That's a better kick, because that splits again Cinderlair and Harris, but Cinderlair's there for the bounce, ball coming back on the bounce, running back up the middle of the field.
Again, that move started from Marcus St Hilaire. He's made a bright opening to the game.
Yes, I think what's interesting about his game at the moment, Phil, is the amount of offloads he's getting in. He's running from dummy half. The Salford defensive line are moving up quickly on him, but he's using his strength to great effect by offloading the ball.
Sheridan then in at dummy half as Leeds attacking just on the halfway line. And 4 men in there tackling Farrell. If he can get a quick play of the ball, there's men tied up here. And they're holding down Matthews. Ball is for Glanville. But Glanville's well policed. And again, quick play of the ball there. And Harris is in at dummy half. Finds Godden. There's room to spare for Godden if he can get through there. Puts the ball back, well picked up by Harris, but he's lost it eventually. And the ball goes into touch, and I think the referee will call back for the knock-on. The referee puts his flag up. I don't think the referee saw what happened. Could have been knocked out of Yeston's hands.
Yeah, I think it was. It was a terrific pick-up by Yeston Harris. The Salford player come in from behind him and actually knocked the ball away. So, in my way of thinking, it should be a Leeds ball, and it is.
Yes, Paul Forber just coming on for Joe Fimarlo. That'll stiffen up the Salford pack.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one way to put it, Phil. There's always plenty of fireworks when he comes on.
Yes, former St Helens star, of course, seems to have been at Salford all his career, and it's easy to forget that he played a long time at St Helens. Was invited to retire with a bad neck injury years ago, and still plying his trade. And Leeds have substitutes warming up. Kemp, it's a good ball for Harris. Harris on the burst, on the loop, trying to get round. Can't manage it this time. It's Kemp finding Sterling with a short ball, and nowhere for Paul Sterling to go. And that 4 men down again. Andy Platt holding down, and Marlow pulls him off before the penalty was conceded. Holroyd. That's a lovely inside ball. Morley again, but this time he's wrapped up and knocked down. And
Broadbent did well to clamp the ball there.
It was read well there, and Kemp again now. He's got Harris outside him. Spinning ball for Cummins in the centre. Coming straight at Hassano, brings him down. Good copybook tackle, man and ball, smothered him. Harris again goes from dummy half, puts the inside ball for Sterling. Sterling finds Glanville. Glanville to Kemp. Kemp, short ball for Matthew. Gaps are opening up for Jamie Matthew. Jimmy Matthew, has he got the legs? He hasn't there. Broadbent again, great defence from Broadbent. An interference at the play of the ball. It's the last tackle. Leeds have meant to spare if they can get it through the hands. And they can indeed, and it's a try there. Wide out for number 12, Mark Glanville.
Yes, I just hope the referee doesn't go to the video referee, which he doesn't. The try has been awarded. I just feel as though it might have been a touch forward, that pass, but it was a great run by Jamie Matthew that set that up. A great defence, as you say, by Paul Broadbent to keep him out. And, it was all-round good play by both sides.
And a first and well-deserved try for Mark Glanville in the Leeds colours.
Yes, ran well and got over the line. Just twisted over, and I was a bit worried if he did go to video referee. He might have decided he hadn't touched the ball down cleanly, Dean.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really that. I think he got it down cleanly. To my way of thinking, it was slightly forward, but it was touch and go. It was sort of borderline in the referee's eyes, but we do have the benefit of watching it on the video. So, as I say, just it's fortunate they didn't go to the video ref, because he might have looked at it differently.
Well, that's ideal comeback from Leeds. Just play on the 34th minute.
Mark Glanville, not a prolific try scorer in his career, but he'll be pleased with that one.
Yes, he will.
From all of 57 yards, he'll be telling everybody later.
And Yestin then with a difficult kick. Yestin Harris from right out on the touchline side. It's just back behind the 20-metre mark, and he's got it stood up on the beanbag that he uses to kick with now. And he's coming up now, steadily.
Yep. We should pay credit to Jamie Matthew for the lead up in that try. It was a lovely dummy and go that set the position. Great tackling from Broadbent, but Matthew again, right option.
6-all then.
Hi, this is Mark Glanville. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM.
Certainly, Jamie Matthew, Phil, has added that extra go forward to the Leeds team as soon as he's come on, just like he did last week.
Yes, he's good forward, working very well at the moment, is Jamie. He runs great angles, Dean.
Yeah, but it's not only that, it's the ability to use the ball in his hands too, and you know, if it's not required to take the ball up, if it's just a short ball, you know, he's got the ability to do that.
Hume again, good defence though. Cummings, that's great play from Francis Cummings. Took David Hume on there. Not many people want to do that when he's running straight at you.
Again, about 5 minutes to half time. We wouldn't want Leeds to concede any points in this important period.
Yes, so they'll have to watch it up, give silly penalties away, because that's the only way Salford have got out of their own half. And they've got 6 points on the board. Darren Rodgers then. And Cummings and Fleury bringing him down. But Fleury certainly gets the right paddle. It's again easy to mistake them in the back of the stand. But both cover the park exceptionally well. Compton puts a little rubber kick in, and that's a good kick. That's when they run into touch. And Justin Harris wisely leaving that ball when it was so close to the touchline.
Well, I didn't say anything on Martin Compton after he kicked, but he's laying there poleaxed. I think Darren Fleury was close to him, but honestly was watching the ball and didn't say anything, but he looks in a bit of trouble with his leg.
Well, he's run straight into Darren Fleury's leg, I think.
Yeah, he certainly has. I mean, whether Darren Fleury did anything, I don't know. I think it's just a bit of play acting there by Martin.
There was a case at Holdham in the Super League game last year when Martin Compton was looking for a penalty after a kick through, not realising that Leeds had gone 100 metres and scored at the other end through Paul Sterling.
Indeed. And the referee there did Salford a big favour, because David Hume actually broke from the scrum before the ball came out. The referee made him go back in, which is strange to say the least.
Well, what it does do, Stuart, it allows the game to flow. You know, there's not too many stoppages. The fans and ourselves, you know, we don't really want to see penalty after penalty, but I think it was good play by the referee.
Well, that's Stoondall's expert opinion, and he's better. Oh, that was a high tackle on Fleury. Nothing malicious, says the referee, and that's a penalty. Back the penalty to Leeds. It looked as though Fleury was going to be penalised there, Dean.
No, I think the referee again made the right decision. There are a number of Salford players hanging all over him. At the moment, Justin Harris has just taken a quick tap. Salford defenders weren't expecting it.
But something that Yestin started doing a lot is these quick taps, and it gets Leeds in motion again.
That's right. I think it's a good option, especially when the opposition aren't ready for it. But at the moment, just as the referee pulls another Salford player out, there's a lot of niggling going on in the game at the moment. Leeds have just got to keep their heads and make sure they don't react to it, because as we know, what usually happens is the person that reacts is the one that gets sent to the sin bin.
Yes, and that's put Leeds in a very good position to have a kick at goal. If Harris can convert this one, it will be good for Leeds. But a punch was about to be thrown by Paul Forber there. You hear the whoos from the crowd.
That would be out of character, though.
I don't think it was Paul Forber. Paul Forber did put his arm back, but you know, it was for the crowd's benefit more than anybody else's. He did actually get Pete Edwards for something else in the tackle.
Again, having a word with Andy Platt as well. Well, I think he's saying to his colleagues, I'm not really sure what I did, but penalty in an eminently kickable position for Leeds. And
the quick taps, Phil, as we were saying before, that's as good as a kick at times. That gets Leeds on the roll, and the defence always go back anticipating a deep kick, and Yestin makes sometimes 30-40 yards without any real effort there.
Not only that, but it puts the defence on the back foot, and they're more liable to cause a penalty when they're being caught unawares, as it proved there.
So Yestin Harris, important kick. This would give Leeds the lead for the first time in the game if he kicks it. It's fairly straight penalty, just a bit to the right of the post. Yestin comes in now, strikes it well, it's high, it's spinning. The crowd will tell you behind the post that it's not gone in. And Salford it is who play the ball, so the ball hitting the post and bouncing back in the field of play.
Yes, that was unfortunate there. Leeds with a good chase. They've actually got Salford right on their own line, so he's going to take some good defence here, and I'm sure that Leeds will be trying to split their markers, trying to put some pressure on the Salford attackers.
Oh, great big hit there from the two men in the back, the Tidders in the back row for Leeds. In fact, what's the referee giving here?
Been pushing at the play the ball by the Leeds defence, bit of over-eagerness.
That's right. I mean, you know, Darren Fleury and I think it was Farrell involved in the tackle. It was a great hit in defence, but what they tried to do, they tried to sort of overplay it, as Phil said, and really all they need to do is just get up and get ready for the next one.
Yes, they don't get anything from that. Salford have gained another 6 tackles and an extra 20 metres. And the hit men, as they're known, just to be a little bit quicker getting up from the play of the ball.
Approaching half-time.
And Leeds, 6-6 it is. And again, Leeds have had a lot of pressure and not a lot to show as they did last week. Van Marlo just runs forward and he's up to halfway now before he's brought down by Kemp and Farrell.
I think on the basis of what we've seen, though, Salford's handling's been a lot better than Castleford's was last week, and they've protected the ball well. That is half-time and 6-all.
There's 6 points each at half-time. It was Leeds who conceded the first try after 23 minutes when Van Marlo barged his way over from close in. Blakely converted to give him a 6-0 lead, and then Harris had the penalty on 29 minutes, made it 2-6. And Glanville try on 34 minutes, which Heston couldn't convert, made it 6-all, and Leeds have failed with another penalty attempt just before half-time, the ball rebounding off the upright. So half-time end, Leeds 6, Salford 6. Get the second half underway. Leeds about to get the second half underway with Marty Masella on for Darren Fleury. Tactical move, Bill?
Yeah, I don't know, Stuart. You know, Darren Fleury was doing a lot of good things in that half, so I know he does get, Graham Murray does replace him at some stage, but I just wondered if maybe he's carrying a little bit of an injury.
Yes, perhaps Bob could check out that one for us at some time. See what's happening down there with the injury situation.
Down in the dressing room, did you say, Stuart?
Yes, if you're good.
He just wants him to pick up on these quick play the balls. He says we're very flat around the play the ball area. Salford's getting up on us too quick. We need to just speed them up, which showed earlier on when Jamie Matthews came on. So should I say late on, and a few quick play the balls got us moving forward better.
Well, something else underway, and Anthony Farrell's ploughed his way back up to the 20-metre line. They're following a furrow there, almost going down low centre of gravity, makes it difficult to stop him. Try scorer for Leeds, Glanville just takes that play on a little bit further. Matthew again now, stepping, going, charging forward. That's great play from the prop forwards, and
breaking the first tackle every time tonight.
And Masella, another one who's had a big game again. So certainly a tough personal battle tonight with Andy Platt. The ball move out to the right now. Tony Kemp. So the ball kicks up over the top, and that's Leeds will need to chase quickly because Gary Broadbeck's quickly into his stride. Good defending, Francis Cummins.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a good set of 6 by Leeds. They got up to Salford's own 10-metre line, and they just got to back it up now with some good defence, which is happening.
Well, Leeds up quickly. Can't afford to give the penalty away. Connolly's show tonight, John Connolly that is, but he's keen on any altercation particularly at the play of the ball. And Leeds don't want to be tackling for 5 and then giving one away.
Again, another good hit, and Jamie Matthew at the 4 in that as well with Mark Glanville. Sorry, Martin Masella.
Play just on the halfway line now. Salford have had 4. Well, they've had 5 tackles, but of course you got the first one for free from the kick. Compton now looking to spin the ball out. Dummies and goes himself. And ducked under. A good charge there from...
And he just showed what a danger man he can be, though. Very nearly slipped the ball away.
Marcus Sindelay coming back. And just using his strength again to hit the extra meters, but Leeds are having to run this ball out from deep. Kemp. Cummins. Can't get on the outside, Francis Cummins. The ball moving. Up there.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that Phil Hassan made that tackle. He's obviously very up with some of Leeds' play, so it does make it difficult at times.
A good run from Sterling, gets eventually Farrell gets the ball via the Sheridan and Glanville and plays up to halfway again, but it was a good burst from Sterling up the middle of the field. Leeds looking to exploit every possible gap. Matthew again just takes play forward, and Leeds now centre field with Masella just crossing the halfway line into Salford territory. Slips a lovely ball away there to Morley, and Morley back to Glanville, and Glanville again, this time it's for Gordon. Gordon puts the hammer down. Can he get the ball inside? He was carrying it right, but well done from Salford. That was good defence. Kemp now with the ball in his hands. Back there, that's for Yestin Harris. There's gaps here for Leeds if they can exploit them. The ball's been thrown away.
It was the last tackle.
It was the last tackle. There's a little bit of turnover.
Yeah, again, I just think Leeds are trying to create too much on the last tackle rather than working for the kick. I mean, it is a good option, the kick, and it's not just a case of, you know, it's just the last option. It is an option to try and score a try these days, especially the way players are capable of going for those high balls.
And it goes back to what you were saying at half-time about patience being the absolute requirement. That was only the second set of 6 of the half. Some good lead-out work and just no finish at the end of it.
Red just coming in off his wing and looking for the way through there, and good defence though out on that far side from Cummins, and it needed to be because Rodgers was almost in his stride. And Marcella hits hard in the tackle, and Salford players brought down. Centre field, just 35 metres or so from his own line. Marlow running out wide. He's worked hard tonight out wide, as a senior for Marlow. Picked the people to run at, but that's his game, and he's done it very well.
Made a mistake picking Brad Godden there. He hasn't missed anything all night.
Compton's kick goes into touch. Not a good kick, that, Dean.
No, it's probably not a good result in light of the way the game's going, but I think, you know, Andy Gregory's got a very well-drilled side here, and just like Graham Murray's got at the moment, so it is very much a very keen contest.
And a very close one, 6-all, couldn't be closer. Scrums 3-2 to Leeds, penalties 6-5 to Leeds at the moment. And Leeds, of course, have had 2 opportunities to kick goals and missed. And the scrum working there, all right. Yeah, Harris gets in on the action, and again, Sam working well on defence.
Good cover from Steve Blakely as well. Red Yestin Harris all the way there. That's one thing about Blakely this season. His defence looks much better than it did this time last year. Made a double there, and both were important tackles.
And that's one of the things about the fact that sides watch videos. Graham Murray's side, a lot of new moves not seen before, and of course everybody's had a chance to see Leeds now and see how they play the game, and Salford have worked hard on Leeds attacking options. All right, it's a good kick in, and that's a good chase, and Marcus Sunderlair's chasing, so he's Gary Broadbent. He'd have to back the full back, and but Sunderlair gets there almost at the same time, and a good chase from Leeds, and that's not a bad kick there from Holroyd. And again, good defence from dummy half from Brad Gordon. And Broadbent again knocked down there in the tackle by Sheridan and by Holroyd. Bradbury just tackled him, and Salford using another option to drive the ball forward. They've had 5 tackles. Broadbent again, look at it. That's Blakely looking to stretch his way through over on the far side. Last tackle coming in now. Compton again can kick for depth. And again he's driving Leeds back, and again that'll go into touch just on the 20-metre mark.
Yeah, it shows the way this game's going, Stuart, at the moment. You know, there's very little in it. I thought it was a terrific set of 6 by Leeds in defence, yet Salford are ending up with a scrum on Leeds' own 20-metre mark.
Yes, and all we can hope for at these scrums, of course, is that it gives everybody a chance for a breather, but more importantly, it makes sure that people are tied up in the pack and there is a little bit of space. And but Salford are no slouches on defence, and they've got probably as much pace in the backs as Leeds. Vandal works the feed from the scrum. And
Salford, they're all stood up, probably to the inch of being onside. All of the line moved up very quickly before that ball had come out.
Vandal again. Should have been in at dummy half. Finds Marcella. Marcella driving forward. Matthew again steps off that right foot, coming across the face of the Salford defence now, and makes it to halfway before he's brought down right in front of our commentary position, right on halfway. It's Kemp finds Morley, and not had a big second half, Adrian Morley, just for the first time he's been in the game, but it makes his presence felt. Last tackle coming now, and Harris will find Holroyd, and Holroyd will have to put the left-footed kick in, and Broadbent can stop it and with his foot, and eventually the chase is good, and Salford will settle down around their own 20-metre mark, and the ball's been thrown back there, and mistake there by Salford, and Sheridan, can he get the ball? He can't get the ball, and Rodgers there, very, very lucky Salford, Dean.
Yes, it was I don't know what Salford were thinking there. The pass come out from dummy half, there was no one watching the ball went loose. Ryan Sheridan did hack on, but just the bounce didn't favour him, and Salford got back to recover.
And Farrell tackles Andy Platt as he runs towards the 20-metre mark. Compton again, there's a gap there. If Compton can exploit it, he can't. Good defence coming in from Francis Cummins again. Rogers looking to offload the ball. And good play from eventually from Marcella, who knocked him down as he was looking to offload with someone around his ankles. And Salford do get the ball away this time. And
just out of the corner of my eye, for some reason Tony Kemp just went over. I think he's gone over on his ankle, and he doesn't look too healthy at the moment.
Yes, he's struggling there, and again that kick will go down, and this time it won't go into touch. And Harris has options there to pick up and step, but good chase from Salford, and Kemp is struggling to come back. And Sterling again looking for a way through, and perhaps it will take a bit of magic from someone like Paul Sterling tonight if Leeds are going to win this game. Oh, this man, Adrian Morley, who ploughs up the middle of the field, offside, and that's a penalty to Leeds. All Salford offside there. That was victims of quick play the ball.
Yeah, that's right. It was all due to Paul Sterling. He made a terrific run. Every time he takes the ball, and he's taking 3 or 4 Salford defenders with him, and more often than not, he is getting quick play the ball, so it says a lot for his strength.
So Harris about to look to find touch.
Again, it so nearly was a mistake that caused Leeds to get on the score sheet, and the more this game goes on, the more, as Dean said at half-time, it's going to be a mistake that's going to turn it.
Jamie Rapu just struggling to get to his feet.
Salford moving off the mark extremely quickly at the moment. Leeds need to find a way of just maybe a chip over the top or something to break them down.
All wide. Finds Kemp out wide. Kemp looks to knock back there Francis Cummins, but the football that went backwards to the referee, and Francis back to virtually the same position.
Yeah, I think it's going to take something special at the moment to unlock both defences, so we need some big players coming into their own now.
And Graham Hallward has shown that he can unlock tight defences at times, and he's just been taken in possession, and Granville now out wide, looking to plough off, knocks one man off. And ball's back to Morley. Is he going to have the legs, Adrian Morley? He's in for a try, and we said it needs a big player, and they don't come much bigger than Adrian Morley.
No, I mean, it was a great ball by Mark Glanville. He ran into the defender about 15 yards out. He knocked him off. He released the ball. It'd be great to look at on video, just as we are now. Unfortunately, we can't see all of it, but he did knock the defender off and put out a ball. Maybe Phil can see a little bit more.
Just again, the handling skills of Mark Glanville. We saw it in one of the pre-season games. Pushed the guy off with the first movement, freed his upper body, saw Adrian Morley in support, just got the ball away. Morley in close support, took the full-back over with him, and a great try by Leeds at a crucial time.
That's right. I did say just a few seconds earlier that it would take something special. A great ball by Mark Glanville, but Adrian Morley's strength, he still had plenty to do there. He had to knock Broadbent off, which he did. He carried him over the line, as well as Andy Platt.
Yes, he did very well there. It was Phil Hassan, I think, who he knocked out of the way, Mark Glanville. And 12 minutes gone in the second half.
And Mark Glanville making a name for himself on all fronts tonight. Scored a try, crucial ball out the tackle, and some big defences. It's early stages, but if this was Sky and they were asking for your telephone vote for man of the match, he'd certainly be up there.
Certainly would. And Yestin then with a good opportunity to put Leeds 12-6 ahead. Crucial kick this. His success rate tonight, 33%. He's not very good. He's currently standing at 84 for the season. So, really disappointed with that. Referee stops the clock, and Salford are making a substitution. In fact, it's going to be that tricky customer, Josh White, coming on. And he's coming on for number 11.
Assini Faimalo, an interesting change there by Andy Gregory, pulling off a forward, a worker, putting on a pacey half-back.
Well, he could...
I think Martin Crompton will go into loose forward.
That's right, so Yestin Harris then with this kick, and if he's successful, it will give Leeds a 12 points to 6 lead.
Important kick.
Oh, Yestin then. Looks to get the kick over, and it's successful. The Harris converts. Leeds 12. Salford at 6.
Hi, this is Adrian Marley. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM.
So, Stephen Neal on the pitch, the Salford assistant coach, just to tell Martin Crompton where he's going, and it is to loose forward. And Holroyd's kick is to the wrong side where the Salford defence were lined up. That's clever thinking there, and something that's often wondered why people don't do that more often.
Andy Gregory immediately looking to change the course of the game by bringing a substitute on straight after Leeds have scored. He's certainly a calculating customer. He's forced to play his hand maybe a little bit earlier than he would have liked by that try.
A good quick play of the ball from Salford had brought him almost up to halfway, and 4 tackles. And Compton's in at dummy half and using this short side. That's a little double kick over, but Yestin Harris has it and picks up well there. Took that really well, positioned himself superbly for the kick, and brave as ever came running in the face of a good onslaught. Marcus Sunderlair again.
I think the Leeds wingers have played very well, taking the pressure off the forwards. It's been a forward-dominated game, but Sterling and St Hilaire have done some great work.
Well, up to halfway, and Marcella takes the charge on 10 metres into the set for the Salford half, and here's a try scorer, Adrian Morley. Oh, he really is unbelievable at the moment, Adrian Morley, and Dean's just laughing there. He just can't be stopped, Adrian Morley. Francis Cummins out on the far side, almost out on the right wing there, with Sterling inside him. The ball comes back there, Holroyd. Kemp finds Holroyd now. Holroyd quickly up to the face, that's a great pass. Gordon going himself, gets the ball inside, that's gone back. Leeds could have that ball, but Salford will get it. And good play there from Holroyd, good ball.
Yeah, it was a good ball, all right, but Brad Godden nearly got on the outside of his man, and I suppose the pass was a bit difficult to take, but Marcus St Hilaire had every right to take that under a little bit of pressure, but it was good play again, sparked by Adrian Morley's burst.
Now Adrian Morley's on defence as he hits Andy Platt together with Anthony Farrell, and Edwards moves the ball to his left. Through the hands of Compton nowhere to go, tackled and knocked down, but it is a tricky customer, Martin Compton, and look to make the half break again there. Always complaining, always having something to say. This time it's Phil Hassan.
Yes, but just to cut down Martin Compton's options there is Jamie Matthew coming from the inside, and he's got a terrific work rate for a prop forward, Jamie Matthew, and it's often overlooked what he does. This is just little things like that, just sort of closing down options. It takes a lot of ability and takes a lot of effort. As Yestin Harris makes a good break here. Paul Sterling's got the ball now and he's going upfield. There's plenty of Salford defenders around him, but a great break by Yestin Harris.
Well, it should be 6 more tackles, the referee signals that now. And Harris just stepping forward, gets a great ball out of the tackle, should have been in support. Now it's Holroyd. Holroyd looking to go himself, can't get there. That's again Hassan closing him down.
Leeds playing some great expansive rugby at the moment. That try's really giving them confidence.
Farrell just knocks the ball forward, gets the ball back to Sheridan. Not the best pass from Sheridan, and Salford come up with the ball to the referee says it's a forward pass, I think, there, and that's disappointing.
I think it was just an arm on Ryan Sheridan as he was passing.
Oh, but the referee's given Leeds the ball. It'll be interesting to see that on video.
It looked like David Hume may have come in to clean up the ball and knocked it on.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. So it's a difficult position for us.
Just to intervene there, it would have definitely knock on from the Salford player there.
You're in a better position than us, Bob. Thank you very much. And so this is a great attacking option as far as Leeds are concerned. And it's 15 metres from the Salford line, in the middle of the field, and Holroyd feeds the scrum. Lander picks up. Holroyd comes round to be the extra man, and Harris bringing Sterling in, bringing St Hilaire in, and again Leeds using the short side. And Jimmy Matthew knocked down again, 10 metres from the Salford line. Sheridan's in at dummy half. Farrell close to the line. He'll take some stopping, but he'll stop him a metre short. And there's men to spare on the right if Leeds can move the ball. It's got to work through the hands to draw the men and pass. Oh, Marcella puts the ball down and the gap had opened up lovely for him there, Dean.
Yeah, it had. It was a good pass by Tony, and I think if Marty had taken the ball, it would have been a 4-pointer. Just at the moment, notice Andy Hay warming up, and I believe he's a player that's capable of unlocking the Salford defence. And, he's got a lot to prove. He hasn't been in the team for the last few weeks, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Salford then put the ball out of the scrum. Josh White comes away.
Again, this is shaping up to be the kind of game where even a drop goal could be crucial, and we feel that Leeds perhaps not only just wasted an opportunity for a try, but perhaps on the 6th, if they'd got that far, maybe that 1-pointer could have been crucial.
Yes, David Ewan just attempts to Forces his way forward. So Edwards again going from dummy half. But Leeds' defence has been good. This time it's Blakely. Up to halfway, so Salford will be looking to put the kick deep. Harris is back for it, and Crompton turns the ball back inside. And Marcus there wisely at this stage of the game, allowing that ball to go into touch. So out wide and unlock the tightest of defences as we've seen many times before.
Again, nice that the crowd gave Anthony Farrell the ovation he deserved as well. They appreciate the effort he's put in tonight.
So Kemp looked him to bring Harris through the gap, couldn't do that, and at the moment it's Kemp again right out on the far touchline side. Knocked down by 5. 4 Salford men. And good driving immediately there from Andy Hay. Quick to get in on the action. Sheridan losing the short side this time with Kemp. The chase is on now. Broadbent's going back for it. Sterling's also running there, as is Sheridan. Broadbent can pick up though. Oh, good kick and good chase, and Leeds are better off playing the game down there.
Yeah, it's a terrific chase. I mean, Leeds are doing all the small things right at the moment, and as we know, the kick is only as good as its chase, and a terrific chase by Francis Cummins and Paul Sterling.
If that ball had just broken to the other side rather than away to Gary Broadbent's left, then that would have been a try for Leeds. It was a great set move. Now they've got to back it up with defence on the Salford 20-metre line, and again leading the charge is Tony Kemp and Graham Holroyd. They've done a lot of defensive work, and a great hitter as well coming across. Andy Hay making his first real contribution, but giving away a penalty on the evidence of the touch judge. Spoils the good work.
Does indeed. So Salford then now a chance to drive further forward, up to halfway, and that's what Leeds want to be doing, giving away penalties at this stage.
No, it's a very important time of the game at the moment, Stuart, and we've just got to make sure we stand firm. We're doing a lot of good things, and our defence is holding. We've just got to make sure we don't give Salford a sniff of the game, because if they score now, it's going to be very difficult. And just as I'm talking, Salford make a mistake, so certainly things are going in our favour at the moment.
And that looked like a set move between the new midfield triangle of Crompton, Blakely and Josh White. It was White that put the ball down, but there was a gap there if he'd taken it cleanly, and his pace would have taken him through it, something that Leeds have got to be wary of.
So Holroyd then works the feed. For Leeds, and Harris is looking to step, finds it. Godden just can't get through those gaps at the moment, Brad Godden.
Been impressed with Brad Godden tonight though, and he's won a penalty there through his professionalism. And I think he's looked very, very solid, and Leeds obviously would miss Richie Blackmore, but not as much as they could have done with Brad Godden's display tonight.
But every time Yeston Harris gets the ball, Phil, in his hands, the Salford defensive line don't know what he's going to do, whether he's going to step off his left or his right or pass the ball, so he's got so many options on his side.
And Yeston, of course, can step off either foot without any slowdown in pace. Great player. Kemp, another great player. Inside ball there. In fact, Harris doesn't give the inside ball, and Salford didn't buy the dummy, but that was clever play. And well picked up by Kemp off his ankles, and Holroyd knocked down right under the Salford post. This would be an ideal down for a drop goal. Sheridan gets the ball back to Kemp, but Kemp's not looking for the drop goal. He's looking to bring Jamie Matthew on the burst. Last tackle now, so is Holroyd in a position to drop the goal? And if he does, will he get it quickly enough? And he takes his time there, Holroyd, and that's a sensible option. The referee says that's over, and that's a good option, Dean. Yeah,
it certainly was. I think the crowd were anticipating it, and if Graham Holroyd didn't realise that it was an option, the crowd certainly let him know about it. But I was very disappointed with the Salford defensive line. They just gave Graham all the time in the world, and Andy Gregory would be very disappointed in that.
Yes, he'd all the time. He could have actually changed the lace in the ball, I think, before the goal came. So that's come on about 22, 23 minutes of this second half. And gives Leeds the important option of Salford having to score twice.
I think it changes the complexion of the game a little bit. Perhaps means that they've got to come out of their shell, perhaps play a bit more expansive rugby rather than just kick to the corners and hope that Leeds make a mistake. Now they've got to score twice.
Hi, this is Graham Holroyd. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM.
And Salford at last looking to make a half break on that far side. It's Phil Hassan. Shrugged out of Ryan Sheridan's tackle. Sheridan, I think, taking a knock, is limping back, but not too serious. Leeds looking to keep Salford penned in this half of the field so that the kick will have to come from a deep position. Josh White, little exaggerated shimmy as he moves forward. Compton again looks to the inside ball. Blakely's well wrapped up though there. That was good defence from Jamie Matthew right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it certainly was. I thought it was a good ball at the time, but Jamie Matthew read that superbly and covered. So if Leeds doing the little things right, you know, it bodes well for the outcome of this game.
White's kick is a bomb, and that's a good option. That's one Salford haven't used, and Yestin will need to be at his best to take this, and he does. And again, the Salford chasers were really not in any position to put any pressure on Yestin. They allowed him a lot of room, and Brad Godden's up the middle of the field now. Still going Godden. He's got Harris with him. And he's lost the football. Well, that's been pulled out and knocked backwards, and that's on the first tackle, so that's a really desperate for Leeds.
Yeah, it was a terrific run by Brad. He showed a lot of power there, but unfortunately, as he was looking for some support, the Salford defender, I think it was Josh White, did come in and rip the ball out.
It's very, very important that Josh White did that. If he hadn't, either Godden would have gone on and scored himself, or he had two in support. Again, great move. Yestin Harris instigating it with a fantastic take from that bomb as he went forward, and Godden took it on.
Andy Platt's down on his knees, injured there in that tackle. Looks like his ankle. And Salford at last looking to move the ball. There's gaps here if they can go. It's Peter Edwards who's gone this time. It's a good ball out to McAvoy. Oh, well picked up there by junior Marcus Sindelair. What a great tackle and well read.
Yes, it certainly was. It needed to be made. As we know, Nathan McAvoy is a very dangerous attacking player, but a terrific tackle there by Marcus. And again, you know, Leeds have got the field position they want after a set of 6. You know, Salford did make about 40 or 50 yards, but in this game these days, to get the scrum, your head and feet on your own 20-metre mark is good field position.
Yes, and Leeds have worked hard to get that. And we've seen.
Get the impression with Brad Godden's break there that perhaps if he'd just pinned his ears back and gone himself and got as far as he could, the support was there, and you can never fault anyone for looking for the support, but just while he was looking where it was, Josh White came in and, I don't know if it was intentional or not, cleverly stripped the ball out.
68 minutes, and Leeds are waiting for some injury to Paul Ford, but who's obviously got some blood flowing freely from his mouth or his nose, because the area he's getting attention from the Salford physiotherapist.
Interestingly enough, the referee taking that opportunity to have a word with both captains. I don't know what it is that he's seen that maybe he wants to warn them about, but called Yestin Harris over and Andy Platt and had a word with them.
Well, Sini Famalo was looking to come on then for the blood bin. In fact, he's coming on now for the blood bin. In fact, he's not coming on from the blood bin, and the referee's making Forber go off. And enough of this pantomime. So Salford won't lose anything with the Sini coming back. And Holroyd then heading ball the Leeds. It's his own 9th. He'll from the scrum. Glanville picks the ball up and makes a good 10 metres there. That's good play from Mark Glanville. That's class loose forward play. Dean, you were former loose forward. That's good play.
Yeah, only for a very short time, Stuart. But yeah, it was a terrific run. I mean, it's just a very simple play, him picking the ball up the back of the scrum, but it needed to be made, and the yards were great. Yestin Harris makes a great break here, and he's going to go all the way. A terrific ball there by Jamie Matthew as Yestin Harris scores a try under the post.
Yes, and that's the game, I think, Phil Kaplan for Leeds. It's a great try there to Harris, but he had a lot of work to do. He beat 2 men and then left the full-back for dead as he stepped in. And as we said before, you can't tackle Yestin if he's in that space, because he steps off 4 feet without any change in pace. And Gary Broadbent didn't know really there whether it was on his back or his elbow. And Harris is there underneath the post for the try, and that could be the game to Leeds, because Salford will have to score 3 times. There's no doubt whatsoever that Yestin Harris will convert this kick. And Yestin then right in front of the post for the conversion.
Hi, this is Yestin Harris. You're in tune with Radio Rhino on 1404 AM, the official Leeds Rhinos matchday radio station.
Yestin picks the ball and picks his kicking tee up. Dean, great try, great play.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think, you know, Jamie Matthew has really thrown the gauntlet down for a starting position, and you know, I know players don't like to be coming off the bench. Some players are more effective in that way, but all the things he's been doing the last couple of weeks, he's certainly, as I say, thrown down the gauntlet. But Graham Murray's got so many options at the moment, with Darren Ferry playing so well, and of course Barry McDermott to come back into the squad.
And Salford have had to make a change. Peter Edwards there, key defender, top tackler, come off with what looked like a rib injury, and Mark Lee gone on to replace him.
Marlow just running at Darryl Powell, who's brought him down. Good tackle from Darryl Powell. He's hung over his head for Mark Glanville.
Ideal guy you want to bring on when you're ahead and just want to keep the game solid and straight and tight and professional, because that's what he'll do.
And Phil Hassan brought down in the middle of the field. Not been the best of returns to Headingley for Phil this evening, but he's done very little wrong, but he hasn't had an opportunity to really do anything right. Broadbent looking for a way through, showing the ball, dummying twice before he was finally cleaned out by Jimmy Matthew.
Again, another great tackle from Darryl Powell. It looked as though Jamie Matthew and Darryl Powell have really set Leeds alight off the bench in the defensive department in that set of 6.
Sunderland, another one who's had a top game this evening. And it's great the off competition for places that have come in. It took Marcus a while to settle down at Leeds, but he's worked very well. And I know that Graham Murray is very impressed with him. He's impressed with him in the pre-season games. And he's got the option, of course, to move him to full-back. And that's great. There's a lot of versatility in the Leeds team this time.
Not only that, but there's cover for injuries and tactical variations as well within a game.
Matthew just showed the ball, went himself.
And again, the right option. Nothing on this stage in the game.
Masala. Not seen a lot of Adrian Morley in this game, but what we have seen has been absolutely devastating, and it's a measure of how good Leeds are playing at the moment, that they can manage without. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Allroyd. Puts Andy A through there, and Andy A there for Yasin Harris, and he's under the post again.
Yes, great ball to Andy Hay, who come through the gap just off a Graham Holroyd pass, a short pass. I actually thought Andy Hay had taken the wrong option. He hung on to the ball when he did have Yeston Harris in support, but as he did take the tackle, he did throw it over the top. Yeston Harris, as ever, in support. He's having a terrific game tonight.
Tremendous game, and Harris again under the post, so obviously Salford now just here to make up the numbers. And it's amazing how this game's changed from which something that you came out with, Phil, at the time, since a drop goal by Graham Holroyd.
Yeah, I think the game's changed, that Salford's philosophy of containing Leeds had to change, and as Salford looked to maybe open the game up and were responding to the fact that they had to actually go out and win the game rather than just try and defend and save it and look for scraps. That's made the gaps, and you couldn't have anybody better than Yestin Harris to exploit them. Now top of the try-scoring league, top of the point-scoring league, Leeds top of the league. Yestin Harris probably man of the match for his second half performance, and it's all going well at Headingley. 4 games played, looks like 4-1.
Hi, this is Yestin Harris. You're in tune with Radio Rhino on 14:04 AM, the official Leeds Rhinos matchday radio station.
And again, Phil, at the moment as well, only 1 try conceded.
That's the important statistic that Graham Murray will be taking out of the game. I think he knows this team can score tries. Already got another 4 on the board tonight, but it's the one, and they conceded it first. They were 6-0 down after 20 minutes. Leeds didn't score till the 35th, but after that try, they've really never looked like letting Salford in, and it's a great credit to the new defensive steel that Leeds have got. That again, that's the platform that's launched the attack, and I should imagine that there's no one better on capitalising on that defensive platform in the game at the moment than Yestin Harris.
Blakely, he's been well wrapped up tonight, dude.
Yeah, that's right. He's had very little little play come his way in tonight's game, but that goes down to Leeds' defence. Just as we say that, Martin Crompton's broke out of defence, and as a Broadbent put down a very simple pass. That really sums up Salford's second half performance.
Yes, and I think Broadbent had one eye on the fact that Marcus Sunderland was coming across to tackle him, and Sunderland injured in that tackle, goes down heavily.
Yes, I did notice Marcus Sunderland limping about 5 minutes ago when he took the ball in, and he nearly got through the defensive line there, but unfortunately he's just gone down again. I think it's the same injury.
And Morley now to impose his presence on the game, and puts up a good ball back, but unfortunately it's gone to Salford. And McAvoy now stepping inside, brought down there again by Gordon, who's worked tirelessly on defence this evening. Leeds won't want to concede another try here, and they look to work to keep Bradbury out. Salford in the Leeds 10 metre zone after the ball from Morley went to ground. And the ball's back there for Josh White, and Josh White finds Blakely. Blakely looking to go himself, puts Andy Platt through a gap. And if Andy Platt could ever get through gaps, he certainly can't nowadays, and that gap quickly closed for him. The inside ball there is... Thought McAvoy was in there, but that's good defence from Leeds, and again Josh White looks to flip the ball back inside. It's been intercepted by Tony Kemp. Well, he won't have the legs to go the length of the field, but Brad Godden might, because he's got Graham Allroyd inside him. Godden's come over to the centre position, and he's run out of options there. Brad Godden should have really stuck in the middle of the field, I think, Dean.
Yeah, that's right. Again, I think, you know, he's just maybe lacking a little bit of confidence there to pin his ears back. But, you know, some great defence there by Marcus St. Hilaire to keep Nathan McAvoy out. As Andy Hay goes down the side, passes a great ball onto Paul Sterling. Paul Sterling's going to have too much pace. And you think he's going to put it down the corner, but he comes around under the post for another great Leeds try.
It's class play, and a great ball from Iestyn Harris there. Must have cut out 5 players, and sometimes the cut out ball's not the right one, but we've seen tonight twice. Once with a good ball from Allroyd, and then again there, that's the way to do it sometimes.
Yes, certainly. Leeds are very clinical at the moment. You know, 1 minute Salford are attacking their own line. The next minute we're scoring a try down the field under the post, and boy, Stuart, I tell you what, you've got to be here for the next home game here. Can you just remind me who it is?
Yes, it's one of your old teams, Dean. You only had 2 in this country. Well, 3 in this country.
Carlisle comes to Headingley.
Yeah, Wigan, of course, at Headingley. The next home game.
Again, great play from Tony Kemp and Brad Godden. Salford on the attack. It was Josh White who was a little reverse pass, intercepted by Tony Kemp. Godden and Kemp made 50-60 metres on the run back. It was Harris's long pass. Hay out wide, gave the perfect ball to Sterling, and did he enjoy coming round to the post to enable Iestyn Harris to kick the goal. Leeds 31, Salford 6, and all of a sudden this sends out warning notices to the rest of Rugby League.
Yes, this is a measure, Dean, of something that Leeds haven't done over the past few years. In fact, really, for as long as I can remember, since the glory days of the 60s and 70s, this is what Wigan used to do: beat aside and then rub it in.
Well, that's right, and each week they've played so far this year, they've had different kind of tests. Warrington was a fairly easy game for them to win, if you can win a game easy. But then we obviously have to back it up with Bradford away, which is a very difficult place to go and win, which they did that quite convincingly. You know, so, and tonight, by just polishing Salford off in good style, it just shows that they're in a very determined mood at the moment.
That's because Salford aren't a bad side. They were 3rd in the league, and there's nothing to show for it tonight except a good hiding. And 31-6 is almost as good as the Academy got at 38-6, and a good day again for Leeds. And nice to point out that all 3 Leeds teams, including Bramley, at the top of the league.
Hi, this is Brad Godden. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM, the official Leeds Rhino matchday radio station.
Well, we really needed to know that one, David. Thank you very much.
And Mark Glanville wins the official man of the match. I think few would argue with that on the first half, but Iestyn Harris has been the absolute spark and the guy that the crowd have really worn behind in this second half. He's been the clinical finisher.
He certainly has, Phil, but you know, when you are a player of Iestyn's calibre, people really expect so much from you, and as far as man of the matches go, they are very difficult to get for people like that, but you've just got to reward Mark Glanville for his sterling efforts while he was on the field. But also, you can't look past Jamie Matthew. There's been plenty of candidates out there, and it's a real team effort anyway that wins games.
This is nice to spread it around a bit, because it is difficult when it's always the stars that catch the eye, and it's the unglamorous work that sometimes needs a good reward. Oh, and Sheridan up the middle of the field, just ankle tap. That was great play from Leeds. Lovely ball there, and Darryl Powell out of the tackle. And Sheridan on halfway, and he's just taking his time. Kemp now. Again, you could always give a man of the match award to someone like Tony Kemp. Morley again goes forward, and Holroyd outside him just pins his ears back.
I don't think there's been a weak link tonight in the Leeds team at all.
Matthew again, driving forward, takes play 25 metres, should I say, from that Salford line. Kemp is going to put the crossfield kick in. Sterling's onside, everyone's onside. A long chase up there, Rodgers is underneath it, comes back. And Powell kicks on, but there's nothing really happening there for Leeds. And just play on that Salford 20 metre mark. And Dean?
Yeah, it's good to see young Leroy Rivet getting a chance this year. He's a player with tremendous potential. He's just come on the field now, and he'll try and make the most of the little time he's got left.
Yes, and Leroy, a big South Stand hero at Leeds, without really playing any first-team games, as was tremendous in academy and alliance football, and every week undoubtedly saved a special Leroy 80-metre try for the South Stand, and nothing better than one try scored in the Lions game at Oldham, where he was at the Staley Bridge football ground. I remember it well, and Leroy ran right up the field and then backed up the next game at Headingley with a very similar sort of try. So the ball's bouncing there for Sterling, it bounces and beats everyone. Picked up on the far side by...
Good defence though from Paul Sterling, because once he realised that the ball had gone, he didn't try and make a play for something. He watched the man, caught Josh White. Last tackle, Salford spinning the ball wide. Very nearly.
And Salford gets 6 more tackles.
Graham Holroyd interception, but gives Salford more tackles.
And he can try that at this stage of the game. Famalo jumps out of a tackle. How is he going to score the second try, Assini? He isn't. He's well policed by Leeds, but there's gaps out wide if Salford can move the ball quickly to the left. And that's got to be a penalty there. Interfering at the play the ball by Yestin. What you'd call a professional foul. Could have been sin bin for that. Another penalty. Leeds all offside. 2 penalties coming in quick succession there. And somebody's got the bin this time.
Yes, I think...
looks like Tony Kent.
Yeah, it looks like Tony's going off for an early bath, as they say, but it's only a sin bin, not to alarm the listeners out there, but it's there's a bit of pressure on the Leeds line now, but the way they've been defending, I don't think Salford have got much chance of getting through.
There's only about a minute of play to go anyway, and Tony Kemp getting a hero's ovation. So to all the people that wrote that he didn't get on with the Leeds crowd, let's change your tune now.
That's right, and Kemp's had a great game again this evening, and he'll be happy to come off a couple of minutes probably early. McAvoy's taking men on in the corner, but again defence is equal to it. Leroy Rivet and Ryan Sheridan back through the hands of David Hume, but Leeds are working well in defence there with the man short.
Again, great disciplined defensive line, moved up, and Salford actually probably -5 on that.
And the ball out to Rodgers eventually. Rodgers is coming, cutting in, looking for a way through, but Leeds is tackling solid. We're up to the last tackler. Referee stood over the play of the ball. Salford have probably got 2 attempts left. And a try eventually, and Leeds will be disappointed with that, and it's the old man Martin Crompton.
Got to be Martin Crompton.
Yes, I mean Leeds will be very disappointed with that. You know, it's not a nice way to finish a game, but you've got to give credit to Martin Crompton. He did take the ball in, had a good spin, and just evaded the Leeds defence. But I think you've just got to take your hat off to the Leeds team tonight. Apart from that, they can't take anything away from their performance.
It's going on now. It's Blakely going to attempt to convert the try. Could indeed be the last kick of the match. The sun's starting to stream out.
I don't know what the official attendance was tonight. I don't know if that's actually been given out, but anybody listening who couldn't get down,
10,200.
10,200 tonight then.
Get your tickets for the Wigan game now.
And Blakely converts. 31-12 then. And there goes the hooter, so Leeds just couldn't hold out for the extra couple of minutes. But a great performance. 6-all at half-time with the try from Glanville just before half-time. And the second half it was all Leeds. Morley had a try converted by Harris. Holroyd had a drop goal to make it 13-6, and that's probably the turning point of the game. Salford knew that to score twice. They didn't. Leeds scored 3 more tries then. 2 to Yesdin Harris, both converted by himself, and then one to Paul Sterling after a lovely long looping pass from Harris, Sterling away on the touchline side. He came in under the post. Harris's kick was a formality, and then after Salford had been penalised 2 or 3 times in quick succession, Salford had a spell of pressure under the post, and eventually the old man of the outfit, Martin Compton, wormed his way over. Blakely converted. 31 points to 12, that's how it finished then. So a good win from Leeds, anyone that keeps them right at the top of the table. Leeds 31, Salford 12.